How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus West Brom, taking place at the City Ground later today. Oh, it's there as well. So Forest, big game for us this one. I think, well, every game we have left is a big game if we want to try and get automatic promotion. But obviously off the back of what happened on Friday, not what we wanted, a 1-0 loss away from home against Luton. We really need to bounce back. We really need to put that disappointment and that poor performance, I guess you could say, in some respects, behind us and look forward to this game. It's not it's not about how you lose a game, it's about how you respond. And we've got a big chance today to respond. West Brom, they're not doing the best. I think they're currently 11th at the minute, 7 points behind us. We've got 2 games in hand on them. It's not been a great season by them for any stretch of the imagination. Valerian Ismail came in. He started off doing well. Then it kind of went downhill. They brought in Steve Bruce, and it's not been much better. I think this season's probably over for them now. Currently sat in 11th place. I don't think they're going to really be able to get the playoffs. I could be wrong if they win every single game remaining and some things go in their favour then potentially, but I think it's probably a case of go again next season for them and look onto that for them. But for us, we're definitely still alive this season. We have a lot to play for, potentials of automatic, potentials of just playoffs, but I think I was talking to a friend who's actually a Lincoln supporter, and he said that if he was a betting man, he would put money on Forest to go up, just because the momentum we have and the mindset that Cooper's installed on us, how teams come and play against Forest, and they're scared of us, and he really thinks that Forest would get promoted this season, and I can't really disagree with him, to be honest. I think it's probably the best Forest side I've ever seen in my lifetime. There's no probably about it, it definitely is. We're a side that, we lost, but we've bounced back before from losses under Cooper. The only time we've taken 2 losses on the bounce was Middlesbrough and Huddersfield at the back end of 2021. I think we're going to bounce back and come back with the win. We really need to do so. We really need to just take the disappointment out of Friday out of our minds and just go again today and really make sure that we get all 3 points. I'd like to see us put in a good performance, but ultimately I don't really mind too much. As long as we get 3 points and we can get back to winning ways, I think that's all that really matters. I think we're in a stage of the season now where performance levels doesn't really matter. As long as we're getting 3 points, that's all that really is needed. We don't need to play lovely football and knock teams out the park for 5 or 6 or 3 or 4, depending on, whoever we're playing. We don't need to play champagne football. We could play the most awful football we've played all season and just grind out 1-0 wins, grind out 2-1 wins, that sort of thing. As long as we do that, I think that's really all that matters at the moment, because it's just about getting points on the board. You don't get points for style or points for all that. They played really well there, but they didn't win. It's about winning the game. It's about getting all 3 points and making sure that we, at the end of that game, when the final whistle blows, we have scored more goals than our opponents, or we have conceded less. If it's just, by that I mean, if we win 4-3, we win 4-3. If we win 1-0, we win 1-0. As long as we either defend better or attack better, and that's all that matters. Or maybe even in the game we play poorly and just scrape it. I know I'm waffling, it doesn't really make sense, but as long as we get those 3 points, I think that's all that really matters at the moment. We don't need to play, amazing football. We don't need to score 3 screamers and 1 beautifully passed, goal. As long as we score it, it could be, an own goal or a deflected miss-hit shot that flies through the keeper's legs in the 90th minute. I don't care. As long as we get all 3 points, that's all that matters at the moment. I think it's a good game to play West Brom after a defeat, because I think they're a team who are, I'm not saying on the beach, but a team who they're kind of up and down with their recent results, and I do believe we probably can get all 3 points in this one. They're a team, like I say, who don't really have all too much to play for, so it is a good opportunity for us to go out there and get 3 points and put things right. If I had to go with a score, I'm going to go with... I don't know, I'm thinking 1-0, 2-1, 2-0. I'm going to go with Forest 2, West Brom 0. Yeah, similar vein to the Birmingham game, I think. Something a bit like that, where we score kind of, we score sort of first half and then we score late on to seal things. Yeah, I am feeling confident about this one. I was feeling really, really confident about the Luton game. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do videos on that. I was busy on Friday, but yeah, I was thinking 3-0, 3-1. I was really confident after seeing the way they played against Huddersfield. I was thinking, yeah, we're really going to have these, but unfortunately not. And that's how football works sometimes. Sometimes the refereeing decisions don't go in your favour. Sometimes they do. Sometimes, you can have all the chances in the world, you can't score. That's just how it goes sometimes. You just, like I say, just got to bounce back from that, go again today. I think we've got, 6 games? Actually, no, might be... Yeah, 6 games I think we've got left. Yeah, 6 cup finals. It was good at the weekend that sort of Bournemouth dropped points, because if they would have won that game, it would have been 9 points of difference, and I think that might have been a little bit too much of a hill to climb. Given the fact that it's only 7 now, we could win a game, they could lose a game, and that would go down to 4, Then we've got to play them, and it's only a point between each other. No, we've got to play them on the final day, second to final day, sorry. But it's just about making sure that we don't let this gap slip too much, and then when they make a mistake, we pounce on them. We play after them today, so we can see what they've done, and if they've lost, that gives us the motivation to just make sure that we win at every single cost, because that takes us even closer to them. I think playoffs. Not mathematically confirmed, and I know with Forest it's a silly thing to expect. Oh, we're just going to get playoffs because we know what's happened in the past. But I think the playoffs is probably what we need, but we can't rely on that. We can't sort of lose a couple of games and be like, oh well, it's okay, we've got playoffs, because we don't mathematically have them secured. But I think if we keep playing the way that we're doing, they will be okay. It will be playoffs at the worst, I think, if we keep going the way that we're going. I don't think it's going to be sort of we'll miss out on playoffs and automatic promotion. I think it'll be, if we don't get automatic promotion, we will get playoffs. But again, it's a scary thing to assume as a Forest fan. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a good game. I think not in terms of maybe performance levels, because West Brom and Steve Bruce aren't playing the most beautiful football in the world. We do play good football at times, but I think it's going to be a statement performance from Forest, a performance of grit, determination, and heart, where we it's kind of not a performance apologising for the loss, but a performance putting that right, where we don't make many mistakes. We just go from the off and try and make amends for that. In terms of the lineup, I'm gonna kind of stick with similar to what we played against Luton, but I'll make one switch. I think Zinkernagel for Graben. Unfortunately, I was busy on Friday, like I mentioned, so I didn't get to watch the game. But a lot of the fallout on Twitter was saying that Zinkernagel should have started over Graben. That was probably a mistake. So if we could do that, play that front three of Zink, Davis and Johnson, then I think that'll be what we need up front. A lot of Luton fans, even though we lost and we didn't score, were saying that Keenan Davis is the best player they've seen at Kenilworth Road all season. So, he's definitely someone that we're going to have to try and buy in the summer. Sheffield United fans said that. There's a Sheffield United fan who still goes on about Keenan Davis on Twitter now, so he must have made a real impression. I could see him scoring today. An Aston Villa player scored against another West Midlands side, did that in our last home game against Birmingham. Yeah, I could see him scoring, and I could see probably Brennan Johnson getting on the score sheet too. I'm going to go 2-0 Forest. I think it's actually our second to last home game of the season. I'm trying to work out off the top of my head who it is that we're playing at home other than this. I can't think off the top of my head who it is. It might be someone like Preston. No, we played Preston at home. Did we play Preston away? We might have done. I can't. Yes, I don't know. My mind's gone blank. I'll find out who it is. And we need to beat them anyway, whoever it is. But yeah, really looking forward to this game. Can't wait to see how it pans out. Another game under the lights at the City Ground. Hopefully there's a furious atmosphere with the Forest fans. And yeah, can't wait to see how we see if we get the 3 points and to march up that table and try and pip Bournemouth to second. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, smash the like button. Let us know down below who you think will start, what you think the game how the game will pan out, the score, that sort of thing. Subscribe if you haven't already, and come on, you Reds.